Hope you're doing well today. This is going to be, I think it's my 4th update for Pan That Palette 2019, and I did start this project early. I started it, I think, back in September, and I will be working on 3 palettes technically and trying to finish them up by the end of 2019. The palettes I'm trying to work on are my Tarte Make Believe in Yourself eyeshadow palette and also the Tarte Hamptons Weekender. This is a contour palette, but it has a blush, bronzer, and highlighter in it. And then also, I'm going to shield my Z palette so you can not see the progress, but I'm working on a couple shades in my Z palette currently. First, I want to start with my blush from Tarte, and this was in the Hamptons Weekender palette, but I ended up depotting it because these are magnetic. Like, if you use the Colourpop eyeshadow palette, you can easily pop those out if you just have like a sharp little pointy object to just pop them out of the pan, and you don't need to use any heat or anything. So that is basically like that. So I just decided to throw this in my Z palette, but it's only one little product now. I'm keeping the palette and I will throw it into my Empties for next year, but I'm not going to count it money-wise for this year. Anyway, let's get into the progress. I'm going to insert a picture of what this blush looked like in my previous update. And here's what my blush looks like now. So I just wanted to expand the pan on this in the last month. I had hit pan on it in my previous update, and I have officially hit side pan on it. And I really like this blush. Sometimes it can be a little bit dark for me. I actually just got a blush from Colourpop from my friend Lisa. I have a blush that's pretty similar to this, but a little bit lighter. So I would like to use this up soon. Here's a swatch of it. It is a gorgeous blush, and it goes with so many different looks because it is a very neutral tone. I think this would look amazing on someone with light skin or medium skin. It's a little bit too dark for me sometimes, so a lot of the times when I'm using it on my brush, I have to tap it on my hand and then apply it to my face, but I do really like this. I think in the next month or so, I want to use up the top half, and I just popped this back into my Z palette, so let's move on to that palette next. I'll insert a picture of what my Z palette looked like in my previous update. And here's what my Z palette looks like now. So it does look fairly different. Probably the first thing you'll notice is that the glass bowl is gone. This was a gorgeous duochrome blue, teal, purple. Had tons of different shifts to it, but it was a gorgeous shade, and it was a fairly chunky formula. This is actually the second pan of glass bowl that I've went through this year. I really enjoy this shade, and I will repurchase it eventually, but not anytime soon. And then I also decluttered the red shade out of this palette just because I wasn't using it, and I did mention that in my recent declutter video. And then I also hit pan on this orange shade right here. And this is a really nice crease shade. It can look very orange, but if you blend it with browns, it can tone it down a little bit. I use the yellow a little bit. I usually just blend this into the crease. I don't find the yellow to be very vibrant and very necessary in looks, so honestly, I'll probably declutter that yellow eventually just because I really just blend it into my crease and then I put other shadows over it, and it really doesn't do anything, so you might see that one in a declutter soon. So this is the orange Colourpop shade, and then this is the yellow. Both of these are from the Yes Please palette if I haven't mentioned that in this video already. I do like the formula of Colourpop eyeshadows a lot, but I'm just kind of over especially this yellow shade right now, but I do like the orange a lot. I think in the next month I only just want to expand the pan on this orange shade and then just use the yellow shade as I feel like it. And finally, I have my most exciting progress, and that is my Tarte Make Believe in Yourself eyeshadow palette. I am flying through this palette, and I feel like I will be done probably by March of 2019. So I'll insert a picture of what this looked like in my previous update. And here's what it looks like now. So there has been a ton of changes to this palette in the last month. I have finished this highlight right here. This was a duochrome pink highlight, and it did have a little bit of a blue shift to it. And then I also finished this shade right here in Trance, which was a very similar color to Anastasia's Pink Champagne. This one was super intense, and I'm already missing this shade a lot. And then I also finished the shade in Pixie. And Pixie was your typical rose gold color, and it was really pretty as well. I like to mix it with the highlight to tone down the blue shift to it. I'm happy that I was able to finish the products that I did have goals for in the last month. And then I also hit pan on the shade in Wings right here, which is a gorgeous copper shade. I used this color in my Thanksgiving Get Ready With Me. It's a beautiful shade. However, the formula on this one isn't as good as the other foils. I feel like this one takes a lot to build up, but it is a pretty copper color. And then I feel like I've made really good progress on Fairy right here, which is a purple shade. There was some product in the corner right here, which I did use up, and then I made really good progress on Marvel as well, which is this beautiful shimmery green shade. I've also made really good progress on Myth, which is a matte pinky brown. And then the other shades I have used, I used this crystal shade, this blue shade right here in Dream, and then I used Mystic. I used them a couple times, but I didn't use them a whole lot throughout the month. I was really just focusing on the other colors that I wanted to finish up and the other colors that already had pan on. Let's watch two of the shades. This is Fairy, and then this one is Marvel. So Marvel is the green shade, Fairy is the purple shade right here. And I do want to try to finish these in the next month. So Fairy doesn't have a whole lot left, and I think I'll be able to finish it. Marvel's this one. I do want to finish this one as well. I also want to focus on finishing Myth because there's not a whole lot left in here and I'm not in love with the shade. And I feel like it blends in with most looks fine, but it's just very hard to pick up on the brush. Even before it had like hardly any product left. It's just a very hard pressed matte eyeshadow and I would like to finish that one up soon. I don't feel like swatching that one along with these two shades because it's just super hard to get on my finger and it does get hard pan very easily. So those are the shades I definitely want to finish up in the next month. And before I finish out my outro, I do want to insert some pictures of some looks that I created in the last month. I took so many pictures and I'm really excited to show you my looks, so I'll insert those now. But anyway, that is my Pan That Palette update for this month, and I'm really happy with how I'm doing. I am flying through my Tarte Make Believe in Yourself eyeshadow palette. I don't anticipate having that palette long into 2019. And then the Colourpop Yellow I might be decluttering. Please make sure to stick to the end of this video to see my progress pictures if you want to see the progress from last month into this month. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Talk to you later.